Welcome back everyone to the Spearhead cast. I'm doing a Spearhead cast here because there was no tournament games yesterday, so you'll have this one for today. Let's go through the players, shall we? This is on the 1v1 map Amelie Fields, I believe. We have Drawshawn as Airborne Company for the United States of America. Oh, that's gonna be a cool one. And we have Lax Untercommander as the Waffen-SS without a commander yet. But we're seeing Airborne and going straight for the Airborne troops straight out the gate, so that's gonna be a fascinating one. So we can assume it's like being an airborne operation and the airborne forces are now coagulating? Gathering? I'm not sure what word to use in this kind of aspect. But Amelie Fields is a map I've never seen before, so this should be an interesting little thing. Looks like we have Mechanisierte for the Waffen-SS. So like a mechanized or motorized force of SS forces are being pulled into the area to try and deal with the American airborne who has arrived recently. Probably landed earlier the last night and are now gathering up and moving out to secure this likely important train yards. They might have actually exploded just earlier by their Pathfinders, which the Germans are trying to secure so they can, I guess, repair it because they need to get a train through for something. Yeah, probably somewhere in France at this point. But we have the 9th SS Grenadiers, a unique, cheaper unit you can get out if you're playing as Mechanisierte. Much more defensive-oriented infantry, I believe, so pretty decent. But we have double airborne, so an airborne fire team and an airborne assault team. I like to see airborne using their elite troops out instead of just using normal infantry. It means they kind of showing they're airborne and using the advantage you get of playing them, and you get really good infantry early on. Like really, really good infantry. The airborne are like exceptionally good at their job, but they're very expensive to replenish. So that's a thing to always take heed of. That's a they will beat most German infantry in a straight up fight, no issue. I'm not sure how long this match is gonna be, but we'll have to see. They're still moving up here. They might get spotted by the Storm Pioneers. Oh no, not exactly. They are staying on the line of sight thanks to the hedge. America's gonna need to secure their fuel. We have double fire team, okay. Doesn't look like the assault team is actually capturing the point. He might not have he might have misclicked there. Got a second Storm Grenadier coming out. Looks like he's relying more on those rather than these Mechanisierte troops. Oh, he's getting behind cover. I don't think he can camo in oh, he can camo in cover. He just needs to remember to also hold fire, I'd say. Still no engagements. We do have Waffen-SS Sturm Grenadiers coming this way. And I hear they're moving. And they're gonna have to engage shortly. No, I believe there's a side blocker here. There is! This is a side blocker. Looks like these troops have been ordered to ambush though. It's a little bit silent at the moment. We have a 50 cal being prepared by the United States Airborne. Large heavy machine gun. Practically an autocannon really, because it can pierce through light vehicles like it's nothing. Like, German light vehicles get completely wrecked by the 50 cal. So that's a really good weapon in all honesty. It's a really heavy machine gun.
Machine gun team, ready for orders. Hey man, stand by.
You can even be loaded with armor-piercing bullets if you really want to. I believe with those, you can actually deal with the looks too sometimes. Which makes it a really powerful weapon, as I've said. I believe theoretically, like realistically, you can probably even pierce the rear side of like a Panzer IV and the engine block. So that's that should tell you something. But no engagements yet. Both sides are just trying to dig in and wait, I suppose. The Americans have not secured their fuel though, so that's gonna mean they'll lag behind. Of course, the advantage of playing airborne is that you're not as reliant on fuel, because you're not gonna be relying a lot on vehicles. You're gonna rely more on your elite infantry. But still no engagements yet, and we have about 4 minutes into the game. That is that's rare. Looks like the Waffen-SS are planning to take up, and we've got a third fire team being prepared for the airborne. Get ready for action, gang. Still no attempt at the field there, but I think they might get an engagement now. I believe these grenadiers are probably going to grab the chance to open fire in these rear echelon.
Secure the vehicle.
No, they cannot see them.
Location set.
Oh my god, they cannot see them!
Upgrade is completed.
Okay, we're seeing MG34s with 100 rounds being handed out to the Storm Grenadiers. Unique weapon if you're playing as Mechanisierte. Makes the Storm Grenadiers exceptionally good at fire support. You can even upgrade with an MG42 on top of that, so you can like have them with double machine guns. Quite the potent thing. Yeah, but both of them been armed with MG34 100 rounds. Pretty good upgrade in all honesty. But the lack of engagement so far is interesting. It's like, it's really silent and quiet. I guess neither side wants to reveal themselves. We also have a 30 cal being armed on the airborne up here. American air-cooled machine gun.
We're all done over here.
I guess the Germans don't want to make their first move.
This is it.
They probably know, they can probably see that the other has territory, and they know the enemy has territory, so they know their enemies are playing. So we need to see what occurs. This is quite uncomfortable and unnerving that we are not seeing any engagements yet. MG42 heavy machine gun being prepared by the Mthis, preparing for the airborne to make their move whenever they do.
Listen up. Here's the deal. Steady up.
Looks like more 30 cals are being armed to all these airborne fire teams. Trying to make them exceptionally lethal. Ah, we're having a observation post going up here. That's going to increase the American manpower income. Assault team is headed down here.
On station and ready for action.
But we have Gewehr 43s being armed by these SS Grenadiers. They're waiting. The MG42 has been set up here in the watchtower. Gonna give it a good overlook here in the fields.
Looks like we're going in. Got us at 30, fellas. Roger. On your feet,
Now we have a half-track coming in, which is one of the unique things of playing a Mechanisierte. You get half-tracks that cost no fuel.
Is ready for battle.
So that's a really big deal once you get one-to-one command point. So you can get a very mechanized force here. The issue is the Americans do have a 50 cal, but if he doesn't move into where the 50 cal is, his half-track should do okay.
Stand ready.
You also have Panzerbüchse on the Sturm Pioneers, and also a flamethrower being prepared. That's quite multi-purpose.
Get ready for action, gang. Prepare for combat.
There's still no engagements yet.
We have authorization to appropriate nearby dwellings for field headquarters.
I think he's going to send the Sturm Pioneers up by looks of it. Flammenwerfer, MT42 and Panzerbüchse all in a little package there. I think anyway, if he intends to move. There we go, the half-track is moving out. The 50 cal, I believe... Oh, it might actually get in range of the 50 cal. Yep, it's gonna get in the range of it. And the 50 cal opens fire. Of course, at that range, I don't think it has a high penetration chance. It's being armed with armor piercing. But now it has to hit the half-track, which is not as easy. Yeah, it does seem to be able to hit it. I think the tank trucks are taking a lot of the hits. Yeah, I think the tank truck's actually blocking somehow. That's quite unfortunate for the Americans. But the Sturm Pioneers are slowly being killed inside it. Man, so the tank truck's actually blocking the shots. I did not see that coming. That's quite unfortunate for the United States right here. Yeah, and there goes the 50 cal. Goes some Untersturmführer present here. A 5-man Untersturmführer. Allows him to serve much more competently as a frontline infantry unit. Unique to the Mechanisierte, I believe. Artillery being called in on these airborne troops. Oh, also bazooka has been prepared here. But these ones are moving from the artillery. A little bit too late.
Lieutenant has been assigned to field ops.
That's the Untersturmführer not doing too well against these airborne troops, no. But the MG-34s and the MG-42s will start to straight down these airborne out in the open. I think the airborne players should have been a little bit more aggressive, in all honesty. You generally want to be aggressive if you want to do good as the airborne. I don't think you want to dig in as quickly. Oh, looks like we have munitions drops coming in. I think so anyway. Or they might actually be airdropping in troops. Yeah, they're airdropping in behind, but that's a mistake. And they're gonna get cut to pieces here. So the 50 cal gear finally got some shots in. I think. Might be something else.
They got wiped out.
And now the Waffen-SS is gonna do a lot better here thanks to the Untersturmführer. Plus the half-track for support, obviously. I believe the airborne was just a little bit too static here. They should have been a lot more aggressive. And the fact they lost that airdrop there was also not a good one. So the Germans are heading down here. And the mechanized half-track is just doing all the work here. The airborne players not doing it enough to stop it. Also, I will admit, flamethrower out of half-track is kind of silly when it's handheld. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. The 50 has to turn, but it's not being turned. And they're pinned because of all the machine gun fire. So the airborne are suffering here. I'm being mowed completely down. Suppose this is kind of a showcase that you should not be too static in a 1v1. You want to be aggressive and poke your opponents. Like, he allowed the mechanized to get to a point where they can just get the half-track here and start mowing down the US airborne. And that was the biggest mistake, I think. It's gonna be very hard for the Americans to get rid of that. Second half-track being prepared. But now they're getting in range of the 50 cals on the base. But the 50 cals don't seem to be hitting well.
Ready for action. Combat unit ready.
Second half-track has arrived. Looks like we have stormtroopers that might enter it. Unless they want to be separate. American half-track being prepared, armed with a 50 cal. No, it's actually going for the crowd mower. It's just there is a Panzerbüchse inside this half-track, so that's a pretty potent combination. He does have bazookas, he just needs to stop up to fire. And that's one of them down. Storm Pioneers also died. There we go, crowd mowers on the field. Oh, Storm Grenadiers are inside this one. Mthis going in these airborne and they're not moving. Ooh. But actually they only suffered one loss.
All done over here. Ready for duty.
Storm Grenadiers here supporting their half-track pretty well. That's a power mechanized right there. It's a pretty potent combination early on. The fact you get these half-tracks that cost no fuel is quite intense.
Good to go.
Americans have lost practically all their infantry. Need to get some more infantry out there somehow. Stormtroopers are pushing up here. They're not been equipped with any specialized equipment though.
We're losing a capture point.
But I think they'll get close enough to further Gewaltladung here, and they will.
Disembark!
Other half track down. Gewaltladung on a machine gun.
Vehicle destroyed.
Almost killing it.
Go ahead.
MG-34 on the rear echelon. Okay. And then Blank Corp on a machine gun. That will probably choke them to death.
Enemy is flanking!
Supply half-track is in action.
Pack has been prepared and another supply half track coming in. Well, it looks like the Germans might have this covered already. They already got a lot of the battlefield, and the American Airborne is not doing the best here.
Ready. Drop complete. Everyone here?
Bravo is going to open fire. These Stormtroopers, though. Nair mode down.
We've lost a squad of
But the Pack 4 just moving up to try and take out this crowd mower.
Stand by! Orders!
And you don't want to rush out in the open like that, not against the MG-44 100 rounds.
Taking small arms fire!
Yeah, don't underestimate Storm Grenadiers armed with LMGs.
Here goes.
Get eyes on target! Big promote!
Oh, good job with an MG-34.
Half-track is now available for operation.
Looks like the American surrender at that probably got very demoralized from that action. A short little battle here for you all to enjoy, and I'll see you next time, everyone. Bye-bye.